The kidnappers are also very kind to Eunice and give her radio privileges. I was just thinking I would be a kind kidnapper.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
catch more flies with honey than vinegar.
Exactly. I would just be like, I would basically just say to my charge, I'm going to be like, listen, this is going to be very boring. They will give the money. Stay in this room. We'll get you what you need.
Yeah. You just got to keep your fucking mouth shut. Like, what does it matter what they know?
Right.
The more you talk, the more you're going to fuck it up.
Right.
Like,
yeah, exactly.
I feel like that's what people do in real life. I don't know. It just is like doesn't make sense to me that like you would say anything if you were serious about this. That's the problem with these guys. They're not serious about it.
They're not serious. They have no idea what they're doing. We would be much better kidnappers than them. For our next episode, we're going to try kidnapping one of our listeners. And see. That'll be the ultimate. That'll be the finale of our Christian kidnapping series.
That's a fun idea.
We'll do a Christian kidnapping. I think that's a great idea. But they give Eunice radio privileges, and of course, being the goody two shoes Christian that she is, she uses these to listen to a local radio church broadcast that is playing Christian music, and she's sort of overcome with emotion. It makes her cry at one point. But then also later in the movie, when she's listening to the radio, the pastor says that they are praying for her, like a Christian woman being held, being kidnapped. And I love like Eunice's reaction in the movie is just like, well, would you look at that? They're all praying for me. She sort of like knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
I really want a re-edit of this scene with them like listening to Red Scare or something. Or just putting it on being like, you don't mind if I put this on?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Or even like classic Howard Stern. It would be funny too.
It's just Rush Limbaugh.
Oh, that'd be funny too.
This would be the kind of thing that would play on Fox News though. Some random ass woman, old white lady has been kidnapped, and like we need to like make it the number one story or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you'd find out later that it was like completely made up.
No one just kidnaps an old lady.
No, I mean that's why I feel like you get away with it now.
Yeah, they won't see it coming.
I guess you don't even need to do the kidnapping anymore. People just do this now, but they're like use an AI voice to just be like, hey, I'm in jail. Can you wire me like $2,000?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Right.
There's no need to do. Why would you exercise actual labor into your scam?
Yeah.
Because you can just send people a message on the internet or on the phone, and then they'll just send you the money. So why actually risk doing anything? It doesn't make sense, but they did. But Eunice is being prayed for. Thousands of Christians all around Minneapolis, I guess, are praying for her. And, that's got to do something.
It's got to. How low is that going to make the ransom, right?
Yeah. It's going to be a reasonable ransom after that. I mean, they can crowdfund it after all.
Like, please, everyone just pray that they ask for a reasonable ransom.
Yes.
Like, I could pray for anything. I could pray that she just gets released. No.
Because,
It's not what we've come up with.
Because I'm like a bootstraps kind of guy. Like, I just I'm going to ransom my own wife.
Mm-hmm. That's our kink.
Yeah, maybe that was a good point. Maybe they were spicing up their marriage.
Yeah.
By hiring kidnappers. Here's a funny detail.
And they're like, you can take the blindfold off. She's like, no.
No.
I'll keep it out.
We make our most passionate love when she wears a blindfold and calls me Bill.
And sometimes I bring my friend Jerry in. Which is just it's a challengers type situation, but it's an old woman having sex with her two fucking old kidnappers. Just old people having threesomes. That's the extent of my joke. Here's a funny detail. The husband decides to test the kidnappers by saying, but first let me ask Eunice a question. Here's the question. In Rome, what did we do after the opera?
Yeah. He needs a he needs proof of life.
Yes.
And the answer was anal.
They shouted to her while she's in the trunk of the car, which is really funny. They're like, "Hey, what'd you do after the opera?" And she goes, "We got pizza." It's really funny.